What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Real Estate with Wes, episode 27. Let's get right into it. The weather is gorgeous. It is getting warmer, finally. I imagine myself at the beach in the very near future, and the market is still crazy. Getting right into some real estate news, some important news this week. On Wednesday, a federal judge shot down the eviction moratorium, ruling that the CDC no longer has the authority to enforce it. This is huge news because there are millions of renters across the country who did have trouble during the pandemic on paying rent due to job loss, missing time from work, cut time off. There's a lot of complications, and this is a huge step that at some point we knew was going to happen. And now it has a bit more suddenly than expected. Now on the other end of the spectrum, landlords, people that own the real estate that are renting to people, are probably a bit relieved, especially the ones that are dealing with these problems of getting people out who have not been paying and maybe have been taking advantage of the system. There's a lot of important questions, and no one knows exactly how this will play out, but it is definitely a big domino to fall, and we'll see how this affects the market going forward. Moving on to my highest price for the week, we are looking at a sensational home in New Canaan. This is a colonial with an understated elegance as you approach the front door, hosting 7 beds, 8 full bath, and 3 half bath, totaling over 16,000 square feet. This compound sits on 4.78 acres, half of which are in Connecticut, the other half being in New York. You have gorgeous oak floors imported from France, handcrafted windows and doors, and breathtaking trim along every inch in the kitchen. You can feel the antique touch in a couple of the rooms due to the ceiling's character in wood trusses. Further amenities include a world-class pool made for a film set, an indoor basketball court, and a recreation room. This home could have been yours for $7,850,000. Alright guys, a new quick segment I call Story Time. Just a quick story of one of my crazy fun experiences as a realtor. I've told this before, but it always gets me each time. This was a showing experience I had last year. I was showing a brand new construction build. They hadn't even poured the driveway in yet. The home was brand spanking new. I was with this awesome client. We went and looked at the home, and we could not get in. There was a really bad storm the night before. It knocked out power on the street, and for whatever reason, both things failed between the backup power for the garage door, which was our code to get in, and the secret key, I guess, had been misplaced, which we finally found, but then was not the right key for the front door. And I really wanted to get this client in. It was a beautiful home, a really motivated buyer. Anyways, we ended up touring around the house. We tried to crack open doors. We were using bobby pins to try and open up the front door lock. And I'll never forget, we found this window in the back of the house that was a little bit of a reach, but it was, you know, the windows that fold in. And I thought, hey, if I could just get this down a bit, I can get up into the house. And I thought, great. So we started moving the window, and this is where things took a turn for the worst. So the window slipped out of my hands. It fell forward completely inside and completely shattered the glass. And I was so nervous, but I did the right thing in calling the realtor right away. And I said, listen, here's our problem. I'm really sorry. You understand the difficulties we've had with getting into the home. And they were completely understanding. I have to give credit to the realtor who had this listing and just was like, no problem, we'll take care of it. Nonetheless, my client did not like the home. In the end, we did get in, and that's just a funny story in the end as to how things turned out. That'll do it on this episode of Real Estate with Wes, episode 27. I'll see you next week on 28. Till then, have a fantastic week.